I was 18.
At this point, did you already decide that you weren't going to go to uni, or was...
Okay, so basically that was another like I remember, even though I have 300K followers on TikTok right now, I don't think anything's ever felt like a day I have to hit. Like I remember talking to about my teachers and stuff. I was always so bad at school, so bad at like almost everything I did. My words weren't really adding up with what I had to do, right? So you have to take those necessary steps to become the person you said you're gonna be. Yep.
Give me a little bit of background. What was it that got you into barbering in the first place?
This is a pretty funny story because I was kind of like always into hair, like even like as a kid, which is crazy.
Okay.
So I think it was probably like maybe in like grade 4. I remember back in the day, like no one used to style their hair like at all. And I remember I was a kid in my whole class with a comb over. Like I was the only kid, like everyone else like didn't have a hairstyle sort of thing, right? But I was like searching up like how do I do my hair? Like I always had hair products and stuff like that. And my mom hated me for it. Like she always like, oh, like, you're doing too much, right? You're so young. Like why are you doing this much?
With the comb over?
With the comb over, exactly.
The same way.
Yeah. And then when we left the washroom, like a lot, not girls, but a lot of the guys were like, yo, like this guy's looking good. Like he's looking different. So you know,
there's just like water dripping out.
It was literally just like, it was water dripping everywhere. Like yo, the comber was bad too. I didn't even have a comb. Like I'm just using my fingers. Like I'm literally just like, you know, I have no idea how to even style hair. Like I only have experience like doing my own, and I'm 12. But after that, like a little bit more people started like trusting me with their hair, which is kind of weird. So I started styling a lot of people's hair in the washroom. So yeah, now like you said, I started bringing my products to school. So I bring like, I have like my Old Spice pomade and like these little like products I buy from Shoppers Drug Mart, and I start styling like people's hair like in the washroom, and then I became like a hair guy. So a lot of people like
with the comb and shit.
Yeah, with the comb and everything.
Blow dry?
Yeah, no blow dry. That's too much work. That's too much work. Yeah, for that you'd have to go outside and just you don't dry it out. But yeah, so then I became like a hair guy at my school, and a lot of people would ask me just like hair questions like this and that. And now it's probably like grade 9, like now grade 8's done, middle school's kind of over. Grade 9, it's COVID. It's like 2020, and I'm like,
oh shit.
Yeah. So
you're young, yo.
Yeah. So I was young. So I was in grade 9.
I'm young too though. So I was in like grade 10.
Exactly. Yeah. You're barely older than me. Exactly.
Or grade 11. Grade
11. Exactly. Yeah. So I was in grade 9. COVID first started, and I'm like shoot, like you know, like they already kind of trusted me to do their hair. Why not just start cutting for fun? Like I wasn't even thinking of it to be serious. Like I deadass never thought I'd be a barber. Like I never thought that'd be like my actual job. I was just doing it as like a side hustle or like whatever it was, right? So I started cutting hair. I started off with my dad and my little brother, and then you know like as I got better, like my friends started coming through, but I kept messing them up. But you know, like I eventually got better, got booksy, and then I started getting like just random clients, right? And then
So what was it that like initially like made you buy your first clippers? Was it just because people trusted you with your...
That was literally it was just because the fact that people like had so much faith in me already to style their hair. I'm like, might as well just cut their hair. But I did ask people even before I bought my clippers though. Like I was telling them, I'm like, yo, like I'm planning on cutting hair, but I'm like, because you guys already trust me with your hair, like would you guys like come to me? And they told me that like, yeah, we will come to you, just get good first a little bit, right? Because yeah, you know, no one wants to go to a bad barber or nothing. But But yeah, I started cutting, just was doing it all throughout COVID. And then, then I met you guys, like, throughout, like, it was, I don't remember how old I was, but I was like 16 at the time, I think.
I remember, like, I don't know how far you were into your barbering career.
I was
when you were, like, a youngin' and you hit us up, I don't remember the exact message.
Yeah.
But it was along the lines of, like, do you remember the message?
Yeah, I remember the message, so I remember it. So I was in grade 10. And,
so this was when you were like new into barbering?
This was when I was super new into barbering, like so new. But I remember at the time, you were super popping on TikTok, right? Like this was like when Barbers first started popping up, and like, it was like you, JB, like you guys like the big guys, right? So I'm like, shit, like I really wanted to like become like you guys, right? So then I remember sending you a message, and I'm like, yo, like just please like let me come watch or whatever, and I'll shoot the shot for you guys. I'll do this and that. And then you're like, okay, bet, like let's get in a meeting. And then we hopped in a meeting one day. It was like me, you, Marwan, and I actually got a couple of Marwan beforehand, but I didn't even know you guys were boys, which is funny.
No way.
Yeah, so you know, like we got to the meeting, and then you guys said like, you know, I can come through, so I'd come in.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So at that point, you were new to barbering.
I was new to barbering. I was literally like less than probably like, I'd definitely say maybe like 6 months in. Probably like 6 months into cutting hair, but not even 6 months consistently. It was like 6 months like cutting my dad like once a month. You know what I mean? Like I was barely cutting, but I just really wanted to learn. Like I really wanted to get good because I remember I was just so bad. Like even I was pissed because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist myself. So I kind of like to be like good at everything I do. And the fact
you had an ego from a young age.
I had an ego from a young age. I can't lie. Yeah.
The shorties were complimenting him too early, bro.
Too early, bro. Yeah. They got my ego up high.
Yo, that's fucked, yo.
Yeah, but that's
don't let mans get complimented.
Don't compliment anyone, man. But yeah, no, but it's true though, because I've actually been having a high ego. Like I can't lie. I've been so confident like in myself like the longest time. Like I remember,
After that,
like I even remember telling like a lot of people, like my friends and stuff, like like I'm gonna be a billionaire one day, like like it's something that I'm gonna end up doing. Like I don't care, like like it's a goal. Like so you have to take those necessary steps to become the person you said you're gonna be. You know what I mean? And that was just kind of a part of it. That's what kind of gave me confidence. Just thinking about like I need to do this or I'm not gonna succeed. So that was basically it. It was just the idea of success that really like pushed me to really like have that confidence to ask you guys.
The next step.
Yeah, and honestly, it's so crazy because I never thought you guys would even answer. You know what I mean? Like I never thought this would have ended up going through. I still never thought I'd be a barber, but look where we are today, right? Like yo, that's sick. Yeah. So it's crazy how the world works, bro. But yeah, that was it. Like it was just my confidence that kind of brought me through everything.
Well, like before when you were going through the phase of learning to cut hair, and obviously, like you said, there were months where you felt like shit for like so long. You're like, yo, I'm so shit.
I'm so shit. Exactly. Yeah.
What were the main struggles that you were facing in that period of when you were like, okay, I'm shit at barbering.
Okay.
And you knew you wanted to be successful. Like before we even started like fully working together.
Yeah.
What was like the main struggles you were facing during that period?
Well, okay, so the main struggle I was facing, well, one, I wasn't good enough to get clients, right?
Okay.
So I was really only cutting like my friends, and even like the friends that would just allow me to cut their hair. Like some of them would be like, nah, like you're still not cutting my hair. I actually have a boy who still who didn't come to me all the way till this year. Because he still didn't trust me like that. Yeah, exactly. But
300K followers.
300K, and finally, he's like, okay, you know what, Kush, I got you now. But yeah, whatever. Yeah. So, it was really hard just making money, finding clients, just finding people that even let me cut their hair, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just really hard to get the repetition and the practice in, I feel like. And that's what was really hard, to be honest.
So how did you end up like getting the practice in?
So
because I know a lot of barbers, I talk to them and they tell me like they're just not resourceful. Like when it comes to filming, they'll be like, I don't have clients to film.
Yeah.
When it comes to learning to cut hair, they'll be like, I don't have clients to let me practice on them. Like what did you do to get over that?
So to get over that, like I realized like I had to compromise somewhere, which was obviously money, right? So I was only giving out free haircuts.
Yeah.
Because the thing is like you have to compromise somewhere, right? So because I was giving free haircuts, there were still people I was finding on Kijiji, on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that were like just random old guys just even willing to come through and just get a free haircut. And like some of them just don't want to pay. So I was doing like all of that, and then like this is kind of near the time where I started talking to you guys, but I was only learning like a very little bit. Maybe I came in for like one thing. I ended up joining a barbershop because I'm like, you know what? Like the only way I could really get practice in right now is if I join like a good barbershop. So there's a barbershop in my area called Gore Zone, which was my first ever like job ever. Like I've never worked a job in my life. I've never worked at McDonald's, nothing like that. So
Same, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's what we like fuck with each other so much.
Exactly.
I'm like, we literally have the exact
same lifestyle. Exactly. Yeah. Same story, same lifestyle. Exactly. And I've never like worked like that schedule based thing where someone's telling me I have to come in at 9 and I have to leave at like 5. Like there's nothing like that. I get
and the motivator was your own success.
Exactly. The motivator was my own success. Exactly. Day, right? So, exactly. So when I joined the shop too, first I would like like, it was like some bad commissioning. It was like some 50-50 commissioning. I was really bad at cutting hair. But you know what? My boss understood that, but he wanted to give me a chance. He's like, you know what? I'll let you do your thing. Like, you know what? I am taking a lot of commission from you, but I'm gonna give you like a bunch of clients. Okay. So he helped me out a lot. I can't lie. Like I started taking a lot of walk-ins. I started taking him some of like the calls that would come in, this and that. Some of his clients too, because he was just so super busy. Yeah. And then that's what really got me cutting more. And then at that point, I was just becoming better and better because now I'm really getting the reps. And so once you're consistent with anything, you become good at it, right? Mm-hmm. So because of the consistency, I was becoming good. Learning from you guys, I was becoming better. And one day, I just started posting on social media. And
when was that in terms of like timeline? So grade 10 you started cutting hair?
I think it was like grade 11.
Grade 11 you started cutting? Or?
No. So I started cutting hair like grade 9 summer, going to grade 10. So grade 9 summer, going to grade 10 is when I started cutting like for real. Yeah. And then in grade 10, I was just working at the shop, like doing my thing, but I wasn't really posting. Like I had like an old account where I used to post maybe like once every 6 months. You know what I mean? Like I post like one haircut that I thought was good, but it was still bad. Like, you know what I mean? But then in grade 11 now, so this is like a good, like, I'll say a year into cutting now, like a year and a half sort of thing into cutting. Yeah. So now I'm really getting my reps in, like, and now I'm confident about posting. So I remember I actually got really lucky with this, I can't lie. I posted maybe like 3 TikToks and like literally my third one just hit. Like the third TikTok I just ended up posting, it just hit. It was actually me and my best friend.
Before you get into the TikTok story, so many barbers delay starting social media for so long.
Okay.
How did you decide to take that step?
So what?
And why? Also why?
Honestly, what made me really take that step was just because like I was like so inspired by like what you guys were doing and by like what other barbers on the internet we were just doing.
In terms of money.
In terms of money, fame, and stuff like that, right? And I can't lie, like as a kid, I low-key always wanted to be famous. You know, like I was posting YouTube videos at an early age. Like, you know, I used to have like a FIFA channel.
We did the same shit, bro.
Same stuff. Exactly, right? Yeah.
I had a Minecraft channel.
Just try to get as many people as they can in their day, and then they end up going home late at night. Not even, like their family's already asleep. They don't have time for anything else except for just work, right? So work becomes their entire life. Exactly. And yeah, that's at the end of the day, that's not the reason you get into barbering, right? You get into it so you can have your, like you said, like your free time, your family time, and just do the things you love to do. Yeah.
Yeah, like I cut you off just before when you were starting to tell me your story about TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, your third video hit. Tell me about that.
So okay, third video, this is probably the craziest day of my life. Like I remember, even though I have 300K followers on TikTok right now, I don't think anything's ever felt like a day I hit this video.
The first video?
The first video,
okay.
Yeah, nothing's ever hit the same way, like nothing at all.
Okay.
So I remember like, it was the third TikTok I ever posted. It was me and my best friend, and it was a video, like a really old video of me cutting his hair in my mom's washroom during COVID.
Okay.
Back when I was super bad, I'm literally using a garbage bag.
The same black guy, right?
The same black guy, my best friend, yeah. So he's been my best friend for like 12 years now.
Yeah.
And like, you know, now he like edits for me and does like a lot for me too. So he's also into the game, but you know, yeah. But yeah, so first ever haircut on him. It was actually, I lied. It was my first ever haircut ever. That was the first ever haircut I've ever did, like ever in my life, where I posted it, like it was like a little before. I mean, just cutting his hair in like my mom's washroom. Yeah. I had like a little garbage bag over him. Like, you know, we didn't even have like a cape or like nothing. I was using like just random trimmers like my dad bought me from Costco. Like my dad was like being super supportive, so he bought me like a whole like kit from Costco, like this $50 set that came with this like this wired like wall clipper and like this little like wall like trimmer thing, but like it didn't even like work properly. You know what I mean? But for what I had back then, like I was putting in the work, like, you know, I was trying my best. So it was just a video of my first haircut to him getting haircuts now, and it was just such a big difference, you know, because now I'm like at a barbershop, now my cuts look a lot better. So when people just see the difference and how long this guy's been with me, like it just kind of made the video blow up. And I can't lie, I used like a lot of emotion like in this video as well. I kind of showed the fact that this was my first ever client, and remember at the end of the video, I said now he gets free cuts for life. So I think
when you were making that video, what were the numbers it did? Just so we have an idea.
I think, so currently, right now, like the video's probably sitting the guy like over like 2 million. But at the time, when I first got super excited, it was
like even 10K.
Bro, no, not even. So I remember, okay, like, I literally remember it hit 20K the night before I slept, okay? And I didn't think anything crazy of it. 20K, I was still hype. I'm telling my boy, I'm like, yo, this is sick, right? Yeah. Bro, I wake up in the morning for school. Like I wake up in the morning for school. I check the video just for fun, right? I remember the exact number, 174,000. 174,000 like views, right? And I think it's the first time I've ever seen like 10K likes. I saw that, I immediately jumped out of bed. Like I literally sprung off, like, you know, like I just like revived myself. Like like
first thing you did in the
first thing I did, like I literally just levitated, just off my bed. I call him screaming. I'm like, yo, are you seeing the video? Are you seeing the video, right? I'm like, he's like, nah, like what are you talking about, right? Yo, goes on TikTok. Now we check. I swear to God, I called him. It's only been maybe like 20 minutes since I woke up, right? Now the video's like at 250. I'm like, what? I'm screaming even more now. I'm like, yo, this is moving fast. Like, what's happening, right? He was screaming too, and then he went to school that day, and he kept calling me and texting me like, yo, everyone's saying like, oh, like you're the guy from TikTok. You're the guy from TikTok. So, you know, it was just such a like hype moment for both of us getting that first viral video in. And then after that, it was kind of like everything I posted for some reason just did good. Like it was just doing good around that time. I think barbering during that time, like the before and afters were just so trendy, and I was just kind of catching on to the wave, and you know, it just worked out. Yeah.
But yo, what's crazy about your story is like my story is literally
is it similar? Like, well, how'd you start?
So for me, it was like I was in art class one day.
Okay.
And yo, art class, you know, art class is like, it's not a class normal man.
It's actually not a normal class.
I think there's like maybe 3 guys there.
Yeah.
One of them was sus.
Okay.
One of them was like, he wasn't sus, but he was just like doing his thing. And then there was me, right? So I guess it was like, yo, like I was just there. Everyone's trying to talk to me and shit.
Okay. So you're like the only normal guy.
Only guy, and it's just a class full of girls.
Okay.
I was telling the girls about, like, they're asking me about my barbering stuff. Like, yo, that's so sick. And I'm telling them, like, yo, fuck.
So you were already cutting hair?
I was cutting hair. This was in grade 10, I believe.
But what made you actually cut hair?
What made me get into cutting hair? For me, yo, I could literally just copy your story and say the exact same shit.
Really? Okay.
Like, for me, it was just like, I was super into my hair.
Yeah, you're super into your own hair, right?
My own hair. I was putting bare dippity-doo in my hair.
Same.
Bare, like, Old Spice. Everyone's, like, yo, Alan, how's your hair so perfect?
Exactly.
And like I have an older brother. I don't think you do. But so my older brother would always take me to like these fancy barbers. He would always tell me, yo, the secret to getting bitches.
Like hair, yeah. That's what I tell my brother now. Yeah.
You're the brother, right?
Yeah.
So like, I guess like just as a young kid, my brother feeding me this knowledge.
Yeah.
Me being super into my hair.
So
And,
what grade were you in? 8?
grade 8 summer was when I first started lining up my best friend.
Yeah.
With literally my dad's body hair.
Yeah, like same. I used to use like ball trimmers. Like same. I didn't want to say it on the camera, but that's what.
Like yo, the truth is the truth. I'm sure someone else will relate to this.
Yeah.
Like that ass. Like I don't know if my dad is shaving this morning, but like I see the white hairs on the clipper, and I'm just like,
whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
And yo, my homie was so happy. He's like, cause his dad was cutting his own hair.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, I never had a lineup in my life. Right?
Okay.
So and also growing up, hearing stuff like we can't afford this, like just normal immigrant family, like
family things, yeah.
Being the youngest child, I feel like it always left like a kind of like a
little bit like deeper in you, like fuck,
a little deep cut into my.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that's actually how it is though for like for the younger sibling.
Youngest sibling.
Even like my
Did
little
you
brother.
that?
Yeah, he's a lot more empathetic than me. I can't lie. Like even in terms of like family, like anything, like just generally like life, he's a lot more like empathetic and like nice than like I am. I feel like we're so different. Like me and my brother are so different. Like it's crazy.
I think that's the thing, yo, with older brothers and younger brothers.
I think that is the thing.
Even my older brother, he's more just like chill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't even know we had the same story. That's crazy. Yeah, we actually have like a very, very similar story then.
But yeah, I guess like that scar, me being into the hair, me being super fast into cutting. I was watching 360 GZ tutorials every day.
Yeah.
And then on top of the fact that like that scar of like wanting to like make money and like do something.
Yeah.
Like that mixed together really well, and it led to me getting into bar.
Okay. Like once you set your mind to something, if it's actually set, you're focused, you're locked in, like you can make anything happen. Like anything's possible. That's when I realized like everything is like easy. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so confident like in my ability.
Yeah.
Because I realized if you just set your mind to it, how can it not happen? Like if you're consistent with anything, how can it not happen? It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So that's really consistency is everything. Yeah.
Like I did have more questions, but like because I'm interested in this topic myself too. Like tell me more about like manifestation. Were you using it in your early phases of barbering too, or was it?
Yeah, I can't lie. I think I've been like kind of like on the manifestation sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not in terms of like, oh, I'm one of those people that are like doing research about
Hippies
horoscopes and
shit,
like no, like nothing like that. It was more so just like I had like a lot of like self-confidence, a lot of self-belief. And like I'll just kind of speak things like into the universe, right? Like I'm gonna be a billionaire. Like I'm gonna end up being rich. Like I'm gonna be famous. Like I'm saying all these things and I'm confident. And like a lot of people say things, but they're not confident in like what they say. I feel like when you're truly confident in what you say, that's when manifestation like really, really works. So I remember like when I first started, like like I used to say those things like, okay, when I start posting, I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna be a barber that ends up charging $100 one day, like this and that, right? And now everything's like coming into play, like of like what I was saying from like beforehand. So yeah, so I guess.
Well, okay, I noticed a lot of barbers do this. They say like, okay, I have to charge $100 one day. I have to do like whatever XYZ. Become famous, get followers, do all this shit. But half of them never end up ever doing it.
They never do. Yeah, exactly.
Like, what was it that made you actually go out, look for help, go up, show up for yourself, believe in yourself? Like, what was the difference?
Honestly, I guess the only difference really is like once I said, like it's just like that self-confidence. I feel like it's just so important to have, like especially like nowadays with this whole like social media thing. You know what I mean? Like you need to be so self-confident in yourself. And the reason I had that was just honestly, it was because of I was already accomplishing other things. So this is another huge thing. I feel like a lot of reasons people are not able to accomplish what they need to accomplish is because they haven't accomplished anything else before. Like you know what I mean? Like someone that's like
so they don't believe in it.
They don't believe in it because they've never accomplished anything. Exactly. But for me, I actually grew up playing like soccer, and when I was growing up playing soccer, like I was playing for like like very like high level teams. Like we're playing like I came like to the finale of like the Ontario Cup and stuff like that. And I was playing through all my life, so I was always winning like MVP rewards, this and that. And I was always looked at as like a soccer kid too, which was like, another reason like girls like me in like elementary school and stuff like that, because of like I was like the one like rep soccer kid player that's like brown, like everyone was
getting gassed from elementary.
Yeah, from elementary.
Soccer,
like the hair, like yeah. So like I was always
before we started working together.
Okay, so before we started working together, it was looking bad. Like I had like I think it was probably like 200 to 300 followers on Instagram.
Instagram,
I had a whole separate account from like my personal account.
Okay.
But I remember like when I first started learning from you guys like a long time ago, like not even like just like the Freedom Barber stuff, like just learning how to cut hair.
Yeah.
I remember someone telling me that, you know what, Kush, like you don't have any followers. Like what you should do is delete that Instagram account you already have and just make everything into like your main account. So I remember like, shoot, like do I really gotta change my whole main account into like my barbering account? So yeah, like my main account maybe had like at the time like 500 followers. You know what I mean? Like only like a couple more 100 followers. But then I did it. So like I shut down that account over to like my personal Instagram account, and that's
and you converted it into a barber.
And I converted it into a barber page. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I had to do. And then on TikTok, literally not even like 100 followers. Like I wasn't even posting on TikTok at the time. Like I only was doing Instagram. I didn't even see TikTok like as like a crazy like outlet like yet because I wasn't confident. Like I thought like if I was gonna post, like people are gonna cloud me like, oh, this cuts shit, don't go to him, like you know what I mean. So yeah, I wasn't even confident with posting with TikTok back then. So I literally had like 0 on TikTok and just a couple hundred on Instagram. Like nothing crazy, you know.
Okay, cool. So
just for my own, like, just to recall where we are in the timeline, when did we actually go all in on your social media? What age were you at this point?
All into my social media. So are you talking about the Freedom Barber journey?
Yeah.
I was 18.
18.
I was 18.
At this point, did you already decide that you weren't gonna go to uni, or was?
Okay, so basically that was another huge thing that like I remember you guys were like helping with beforehand. Like
I remember you were super worried.
I was worried. Yeah.
I went through the exact same situation where like obviously we're coming from brown families.
From brown families, like immigrant families.
There's
like,
a big expectation to go to university.
Yeah.
When did we go all in? Was it like during your high school, or was it?
It was low key during the high school, like a little bit, but
so
it
you
was.
wanted to like, what was the mindset for that?
So for the mindset for that was honestly, like, I was just talking to you guys, and you guys were kind of just explaining to me about like how like barbering like really works. Like I remember you guys were being very like open and honest with me, like telling me like even like about like like some numbers you guys are doing, like this and that, like like what numbers I could be achieving. So hearing all this and just seeing like my progress already, because at this time probably I had like the 100K on TikTok or whatever. So I already had some sort of self-confidence, like I said again, right?
Off topic to interrupt you. What methods were you using that got you to that first 100K as well?
The first 100K, literally zero method. Like it was, I swear to God, like it was just luck.
But come on, don't say that, because then a lot of barbers are gonna think, oh, this guy got lucky, right?
That's true.
I think they're gonna get this misunderstood. Like
they are gonna get misunderstood.
This shit wasn't like
it wasn't just like
you were doing, like you were literally copying like the videos
exactly.
we were making, right?
So exactly what I was doing was just copying whatever everyone else was doing, which was like what was trending at the time, right?
What was working?
And what was working, which was just before and after, just have a really ugly before, put some glasses on, like like make a unibrow a little bit, and just have a crazy like aftershock. And that's what I was doing. So I did have strategy into it.
So you
of course,
did.
Like,
so I don't want man to be thinking.
No. Of course it was strategic. You have to. Nothing just works on luck, right? Luck is like just a different role that plays a part of your journey. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
like But first you gotta be strategic enough to make the luck happen. Like you kind of like trigger the luck, like in a sense. Like But as I was saying, sorry, what were we talking about before that?
We were talking about like the time.
Going all in, right?
Yeah. When did you decide?
Okay. So I remember then talking to you guys in high school, and I was super nervous because like you said, bro, I come from a brown immigrant family and stuff like that, and like I said, I always kind of saw myself being successful. Like even when I was young, like I said, I'm gonna be a billionaire, and I just didn't know if barbering was even the right choice. I'm like, bro, like like I don't know if I'm gonna charge a lot. I thought like going to uni was the only option because that's the traditional way. That's where everyone goes. So I was really just stressed out. But then you guys were helping me out, just talking to me, and then you guys really like inspired me to make the choice of like, you know what, I'm not going to school. Like I just thought it was just a better decision, honestly, with the way like everything was going. And that's kind of when we started the Freedom Barber journey. I think it was like literally like the summer after grade 12, where you guys were like, okay, like
so
what?
So at that point, were you like fully decided on that you weren't gonna go to uni?
I was fully decided. At that point, like I was already honestly, I was fully decided. I would say like halfway through school already. Like I think like literally like April
halfway
time.
Through grade 12.
Halfway through grade 12. Yeah. Halfway through grade 12, I knew I'm not going because actually the main reason was too. I thought like I was good at school. Like I genuinely thought I was good at school.
I did too.
I genuinely thought I was, right? But I just didn't realize how much I hated things I just didn't enjoy. So I remember doing functions. And this is what actually changed my life. I remember doing functions and I was failing like every single test. And it's not like I wasn't trying. I swear to God, I was studying like 5 to 6 hours a day.
Okay,
and
so you weren't good at school.
I was not good at school, but I thought I was because before taking functions, I was chilling. You know what I mean? But I think it was COVID that really messed me up.
I think so for me as well.
Yeah, because COVID made me like become lazier and like everything was online, so I wasn't really learning. So grade 9 and 10 were like a blur because I was all online. So I didn't even know like the previous stuff. And then we kind of just went straight into functions. I'm like, shoot, like what is this, right? So I was failing every test, like doing this and that. And then I told myself, like, I hate this. Like I'm not doing this. And then I started even viewing like jobs. Like I'm like, okay, I was gonna go into business, right?
Yeah.
Started viewing jobs, and I'm like, damn, like every job I'm seeing here, like I have to work a 9 to 5. I started making 6 figures after like 5 years of being into the business. I'm like, wait, this is crazy. Like, how am I not gonna make money? Go to school for 4 years and like still like have a boss telling me what I can do, what can't do, when I can't go to work, and still not make 6 figures. So I was like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So that's what really like made me not want to go to school. And then I decided like in April time probably of grade 12, like I'm fully done. And that's when we were more in talks as well. And you're like, yeah, you know what, Kush, as soon as you're in high school, you even told me like we'll talk. You didn't even tell me about what, but like, yo, as soon as you're done high school, like we'll talk. And then that's when we got into the whole freedom barber journey. Yeah.
Sick. Wait, what was the conversation like with your parents?
Okay, so that was like the super like crazy conversation, I guess you could say. It wasn't just one combo. Like this was like an ongoing thing for so long. Like I kept telling my parents like I hate this. Like I don't want to go to school. Like this and that, right? But my parents are obviously like they're on it, and like it's crazy because even like till this day, for some reason, like I don't know what it is. I guess it's just a brown immigrant thing. Like my parents always just want to like talk shit about me for like some reason.
Yo,
like,
why do we have the same story?
Yeah,
bro?
yeah. Like it's like so they didn't even believe in me like at all. Like they're like, yo, like you can't do this. Like because they've never seen anything like this either though, right? So like I guess it kind of makes sense, like coming from their side. All they know is school. All they ever come to know was school. They used to get beat at school. Everything is school. You know what I mean? So the fact that I told them I'm not going to school, like they're actually tweaking to like, Kush, like, are you crazy? Like they actually thought like I had some sort of issues, like like they're like, yo, like you're not blessed in the head, like this and that, and not even that. They'd actually call my teachers. They'll call my teachers to convince me to go to school. They used to call my math teacher, like, yo, like just allow them some better grades. Like we want to inspire them to go to school and stuff. Like we know like barbering is not the way to go. You know what I mean? But then I think like when I started actually doing well though, like once I had like 100K followers, like this and that, I started making the money like that I kind of wanted to make. You know, like I started showing them. I'm like, okay, you know what, guys? Like, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing something. You know what I mean? Like at least I'm making something that you can see like I'm doing it. And then finally, like after like a lot of convincing, they started not believing in me, but they stopped caring. You know what? They're like, you know what? Like we're not gonna, because I'm also very like hard-headed, and everyone like around me knows that. So once I kind of make up my mind, it kind of doesn't matter. Like nothing's gonna change. Like I'm kind of just like locked into it, right? So my parents already knew that, and they're like, you know what? Like we have to just let him do his thing. But they really hated it. They also hated the fact
You're
that
stubborn now, right?
yeah, I'm very stubborn. I'm stubborn, right? Because like I just want things to. I'm not gonna lie. I like when things go my way. Like I don't like when things don't go my way. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So but yeah, we had like hella arguments and stuff like that. But at one point they had to just let me do my thing. So they let me do my things, but I'm not gonna lie, they didn't like it even then, because they realized when I wasn't in school, like my schedule was also like very different, right? Like they're seeing me home more and stuff, and now they're thinking like I'm not working because they're seeing me home, right? They're like, oh my god, like you're not doing anything, you're not like doing like this and that. But I guess it wasn't really until I started showing them like real numbers where they're like, okay, like you know what? Like you're good, like you're good doing what you're doing, and that's really all it takes. I feel like I think to like prove to your parents, you need to just prove to yourself first. You know what I mean? Like you have to accomplish things. Like I said, like you're gonna start off small. The accomplishments keep getting bigger and bigger, and then once people around you start seeing that, they start believing in you too. And now my parents believe in me. You know what I mean? But
and I guess like in a sense too, you kind of had to, because it was your greater picture to do what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it was your vision.
Yeah.
You kind of did have to go through a phase where you did upset your parents.
I did. I don't know. I was bro. Like they were so angry with me. Like you know what I mean? Like because they literally like. You know how it is, man. They want to call my cousins, like this guy's going to water for engineering, like you know what I mean? Like that's what they wanted to say, but instead they're calling my cousins in India, by the way, and in India,
like, oh, don't worry what my son's
exactly. No, not even that. In India, cutting hair
is
literally like a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Really bad thing.
Really, because barbers are not charging anything. They're charging like not even like a Canadian dollar for a haircut. Not even a Canadian dollar. So, but they did tell my family though. They told like my grandparents.
They told them right away.
They told they told everyone, right? Like, yeah, so like he's not in school, like he's just being a barber, right? And now my whole family's clowning me. Like I'm getting messages from relatives, like bro, like fix up, like what are you doing? Like you know what I mean? Like this is not the future, like this and that. Like I'm going on different conversations with like my uncles and stuff like that. And now I think my parents were literally telling other people to try to convince me to get out of like the thing. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, honestly, like I knew I had to accept them to get what I wanted. But honestly, like I said, I didn't really mind. I can't lie. Like as bad as it sounds, I already saw the bigger picture, and I had the belief in myself. So I knew I didn't care like who I was gonna make upset, as long as I could achieve what I wanted to achieve. You know what I mean? But I knew you're gonna make people upset no matter what, right? Like even when you're winning, like everyone that sees you win too, they're also gonna be upset. Like you know what I mean? But that's just what it comes with. Like you have to do it. You have to do it. Yeah.
Sick. Today, where are we at? We're at 330K followers.
Yeah, 330K followers.
How many years now? A whole year now since we've been working together.
It's been like a year since we've been working together. Yeah.
So you grew basically 220%
ish followers, yeah, like
220K followers in the
basically,
last
like,
year.
yeah, like over, yeah, like well over like 200K followers, like yeah, in the last like year, like yeah, which is crazy, right?
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah,
think of
I didn't even have
platform,
200K followers to start with. Like that's insane. Like I 3x from where I started. Like like that's insane. In just like a year's time, and I think that's what made my confidence go even higher and up to the roof, which made me get this Conqueror tattoo and everything. Because now I really believe like everything is possible. You know what I mean? Like as long as you're consistent, and like you guys helped me out like a lot with that, right? Like I didn't even understand consistency before. I was not posting every day. I wasn't even posting every week. Like heck, like I was posting maybe like once a month. You know what I mean? Like I was not even posting. But I really realized like being consistent, it's not only like helping me out in terms of like my barbering, but in even just other aspects of my life, like being consistent with barbering and posting every day and stuff like that, just completely changed me, like even just as a person. Like, you know, like now my schedule feels a lot better, like my routine just feels a lot easier. And now with everything I'm doing, like now I'm hitting the gym, now I'm like way more consistent with it. Anything I do, I'm just so consistent with it now. So it's really helping me out,
Well, once we first started working together, what were the biggest changes that you started to notice immediately?
So biggest changes I started to notice immediately was probably like more people get to know who I am as a person. So I feel like a lot of people before, like I wasn't even really posting my face out there and stuff like that. So no one knew who I was. Like Kush is just a person. Kush is like an imaginary person. Like, when you think about Kush, you think about weed. You're not even thinking about Kush. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so like so people aren't even thinking about me when they think about Kush. You know what I mean? But yeah, once I started doing videos with you guys and started doing it the way you guys told me to do it, a lot of more people started knowing who I was. They could put a familiar face to the name. You know what I mean? And I feel like that really helped build my brand, build me up as a person. Because now a lot of people started to know, like, I'm a barber. Like, that's me on TikTok. Like, that guy with 100K on TikTok, like, that's Kush. Like, you know, that's not like some like random like nobody. Like, this is Kush, right? So yeah, that definitely helped. Like a lot more people like in my community recognize me, bring just more like love towards me and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that was like the immediate change I noticed.
This was our first viral vid we did together. You remember? Was it a consultation?
It was a consultation, yeah. So
even recently, like you've had multiple consultations.
Yeah. Recently it's been crazy. Yeah. So numbers have been crazy, but yeah. I remember like for a while, like, you know, when I was just trusting the process, like, and stuff like that, like in the beginning it was definitely hard, especially with the price raise and this and that. And you know, like I feel like not a lot of barbers content was even doing well at the time. Like I remember like I'm looking at everyone's pages. It wasn't only me, like everyone was struggling like as a whole, right? But consultation was like a thing, and I feel like a lot of barbers didn't know that, and like it was so just new. There's only like 1-2 barbers like New Gwen like doing it. Like no one actually knew like how to do it. So I remember when you guys were teaching me everything, like a lot of the times, like, you know, at first the videos wouldn't work out, but then once the first consultation hit, like I remember it was a kid named Lucas, like one of my first like white guys with like super long hair. It was a nice little like transformation, you know what I mean? But that really changed things. That really changed like everything for me. Like I remember after that consultation blew up, like it was just why it was different when consultations blow up compared to when like before and afters blow up. It's a huge change because I feel like I'm really like talking, I'm showing my personality, really telling them like what I think in the video, like I'm being my authentic self, which like when people see that, like I felt like they wanted to come to me more and more. And
like I know a big hurdle a lot of barbers face is like price increases, right?
Price increases,
How did you feel during your first price increase?
So during my first price increase, like that was literally the scariest time of my entire life. Like I remember, I'm coming from a shop, by the way, that I'm already charging the highest price. So I was still at my first barbershop, that Gorzone shop, right? And this shop is just like a walk-in shop, you know what I mean? So I was like, first of all, I was already charging $50 a haircut, right? I'm already thinking this is crazy. I remember when I got to 50, I was tweaking out. I'm like, damn, like I made it. Like, you know, I'm really thinking I already made it. Like I'm like, damn, I'm charging $50 a haircut, right? And I didn't even know like there's really much like higher you can like go to. But yeah, especially because the barbers around me, they were much cheaper. Like, you know, they're charging $30 a cut and stuff like that. And they've been in the game for 10 times longer. Like these guys have been in the game for 10 years plus and they're charging $30 a haircut. So I'm like, what gives me the right as a guy that's barely been cutting to already charge like $50, you know what I mean? So, but I was pretty busy and stuff like that. And I remember when you guys first telling me that, you know what, Kush, like you're ready for a price raise, like, and we went to 70. Like my heart dropped, bro, because I didn't even think 70 was the option. Like I thought I was gonna raise it to 55, 60. You guys went straight to 70. I'm like, damn, a $20 increase. I'm tripping, right? So I remember it was very scary. And for the first couple of months, like it was hard. Like I can't lie, like it was definitely hard because especially because my videos weren't doing as well, but we were still trying to make my videos as best as they could be. Like during that time, I had like an old phone. Like I didn't even have like a proper setup. Like I didn't even have like a proper like editor, you could say, and stuff like that, right? So it was like a learning process. So during the learning process, it was hard. Like I wasn't making too much money, but you know what? I feel like that gave me time for like a lot of other things.
Yeah.
So during that time too is when I started like finally hitting the gym and stuff like that. And during that time too is when I started thinking more and more about like what I could do to just become better. And then yeah, with that consistency and everything, eventually like, you know, clients finally started coming back to me.
Yeah.
And then the videos started going viral, man. You know, with consistency, once again, it's impossible not to hit. Like you're gonna end up hitting, right? So then I started hitting, and now like I started getting busy, and now my schedule is looking like almost fully booked, like every week sort of thing, right? So like now it's definitely crazy. Like
back, like you're killing it right now.
Like now, like you know, like
we're low key, like you're on path to your next price increase.
To my next price, exactly, which I never even thought about. And I remember at first, like I didn't even feel comfortable at 70, like at all. Like, I'm taking extra long on haircuts, like you know, like I'm doing like 2-hour haircuts now and stuff like that. Like I'm not even confident anymore. Like, I'm like, shoot, can I even be the barber to charge 70? But now it's crazy because like now that I'm so used to it, and like everyone's like coming back, and now it's like I'm so busy that I feel like I'm even deserving of a higher price, which is insane because I didn't even think 70 was worth it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But now I think my cuts are even worth like 200. Like I don't even think like 100 is worth it now. You know what I mean? But like obviously I'm gonna increase with increments. With strategic increments. But now I really believe in like my ability as a barber. And like I deserve like everything that's coming, like you know what I mean. So that's what I think now. Yeah, I remember before too. It was crazy. Like at $50, no one was tipping me. You know, so, like people were texting me at $50. Like, yo, Kush, can you give me a $10 like discount, $5 discount? And you know what's crazy? Like I was giving them because like, I had to. You know what I mean? Like I was a cheap barber. They weren't even trying to pay me $50 for my haircuts. You know what I mean? Like tips were not even in the question. Like no one was tipping me. Now with these $70 haircuts, it's crazy. People sometimes are tipping me like not even what the haircuts worth. They're tipping me like $80 as a tip. I'm like, what? Like, they're like, exactly. They're doubling like the haircut price as a tip.
Like 150.
Like 150, 140 sort of thing. That's or like and like especially when they're coming from far, like they really appreciate me now. Like I feel like I'm so much more appreciated now for my work and like what I do, and like now everyone tips. Like literally everyone tips. Like I think like minimum tip I get like per client has to be like a $10 tip. No matter what, like I'm getting a $10 tip. You know what I mean? But on a usual, like they're tipping me $20, $30. I'm getting like almost a bill per haircut, and I don't even charge a bill. You know what I mean? Like, and before people didn't want to pay 50, but now they're paying me like a lot more than my price. Like, they even see the value in me. So I guess that also helped me a lot with my confidence and stuff like that, and find my own value. So now like I see my value, you know? But yeah.
So that's crazy. Like in the last year alone.
Yeah.
So we did over 200K followers
added. 200K followers added.
Your business got completely transformed.
From
$50 to like $70, and people driving hours and hours
to come away. Yeah.
What is don't see behind the scenes of you growing this fast?
So one thing people don't definitely see, like it's not like as easy as it looks, you know. So I feel like a lot of people like we're talking about, like they want it, like they want to do it, but they're not willing to like put in the work for it. Like I remember at the beginning, I had to be so consistent with posting videos, even when I wasn't getting clients. Like I'm charging $70 a haircut right now, and like my slots are fully open. Cause now like people are like, this guy's charging way too much. So I'm not even getting clients, but I'm still finding a way to post every day. Like I'm giving out free haircuts. Like I'm still hustling to make sure I keep up with my consistency. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And how does it feel now? Like the way like you said, clients before were not even wanting to tip you a single dollar. To now people driving, and like people kind of seeing you like their dream barber.
Exactly, which is,
and they're paying you like even double the haircut. Like, how does it feel now?
Like I can't lie, like it's like unbelievable. Like to the point where it's like, you know, like I had like kids like drive like 6-7 hours to come get haircuts by me, right? I wouldn't even travel 6-7 hours to go to another country. Like what? Like that's insane, right? Yeah. And they come, and not even that. Like it's so cool sometimes. Like when I'm out in public or I'm at the shop, and I see like a client or I see someone that knows me and they want to take pictures with me and stuff like that too, which is like what, like I think my first time like being recognized in public and someone taking a picture with me, like I was like literally blushing. Like, you know, like my cheeks are getting red, like I'm getting flustered. I'm like, shit, like I can't even control this. Like, you know, I feel like just so confident, so like it's honestly such a great feeling, to be honest, to like now being so appreciated for what I do. Yeah, like I just love how so many people appreciate me now. Yeah, that was like the biggest thing, to be honest. Before I feel like most barbers actually aren't appreciated. Like I feel like a lot of barbers put in a lot of hours, a lot of work, not appreciated. Their clients treat them like shit. Like, you know, like they don't care about them, like that sort of thing. But now I feel like even like the relationships I've built with my clients, like all my clients are even my friends because of like my online presence and everything, right?
Personal brand, right?
Yeah, my personal brand.
You feel like you're attracting people who, like, because they see what you're providing online, they're actually coming for the value you
for the
actually
value
bring,
I actually provide,
right?
exactly. And because like I even show like, you know, like a little bit of like my lifestyle online, like the car I drive, like, you know, like when I go out to parties, this and that, like vacations, like stuff like that. You know, I have a lot of things to relate to with my young clients, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like I get a lot of time to like tell crazy stories. I hear a lot of crazy stories. I love the job. Like, you know, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Super fun. So now I actually love it. I remember before too, because I was charging less, like my timings were a lot shorter. So I was doing like 20 to 30 minute haircuts. Now I'm doing hour-long haircuts, right? But when I was doing that 30-minute haircut, like I couldn't even talk to my clients. Like I had to be so locked into the haircut just to get everything perfect. Like in that 30 minutes, like me and that client couldn't even build a relationship. But now I feel like with like these higher prices, like and like these like longer time slots, I just become so much more like relaxed, even in the way I cut. Like I'm doing it so well now. Like, you know, I'm making sure every cut's perfect, and I don't even have to rush it. And I still get to like develop that relationship with every single client, which is like something very special to me too. Like I like talking to new people. Like that's a big thing for me. Like, you know. So yeah.
Wow. This is why we do what we do.
Exactly.
Man. Like,
this is why we do.
the transformation that we're able to do in people's lives. Like
Yeah.
this.
No, honestly, yo, it's crazy. And I remember too, like you know, when I said like it was hard at the start, like I you know, I was even like losing faith and stuff. I'm like, shoot, like, you know, like these guys have me posted every day. I'm not even seeing results right now, this and that. But then, like, you know, that's when I realized it's all about consistency. Like I said this so many times, but I just realized like if you do anything for a certain period of time and you do it right, it's not consistency doing it wrong. Like, you have to also do it right. It's like the videos also have to be perfect. I realized the problem was the fact that my videos weren't good. I was consistent, but my videos weren't good. So being good and consistent are still two different things. But I feel like once those two get added together, it's like the perfect combination. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Then you could conquer.
Then you can conquer. Like I said, yeah, then you can conquer. Yeah.
There you go. At the phase you're at right now, what does freedom mean to you?
So freedom to me right now, honestly, just means like getting to do what I love to do, but having the time to also do anything I want, like anything I like, right? Like I feel like right now, honestly, like with the way you guys have me set up, like I do feel like a freedom barber because because literally like bro, like it's crazy. Like I literally work like, you know, maybe like a couple hours of the day, right? Like make like a good amount of money now because I'm charging so much, this and that, and now I have time to do literally whatever I want to do throughout the day. Like I have time to go to the gym. I got time. Like I just recently picked up boxing, right? So I'm not even just in the gym anymore. I'm in the gym. I'm also boxing. I get to see like my friends and stuff. Like, right, I have time for relationships. Like I have time for literally whatever I want with this lifestyle, which is crazy. And like I literally love it, to be honest. And that's what freedom means to me. You know, it's like spending time with people I love, doing what I love, but just being able to do everything else. You know what I mean? And also the money, I would say, I guess, a huge part of it too, because I guess that helps with the freedom, right? Like that really allows me to literally do whatever I want. Like now I'm not scared about going out and spending money like nice expensive restaurants with my friends. Like I'm not scared going out partying and like, you know, buying bottles and stuff like that, right? Like, because like I know I'm good for it. Like I feel like once you become good for it, like you just realize like it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like yeah.
How is so? I know you said not consistency.
Yeah.
I think that's solid.
Yeah.
I think like all of us have went through that phase where we had to realize that like there's all these cool things, but if you don't show up every day, like nothing's gonna change.
Nothing's gonna change. Yeah.
And it's a compounding effect.
It's a compounding effect, exactly. Like the more you do it, like it's crazy. Like the longer time you do it for it, the better the results are. Like you know, like it keeps getting better.
Like I think even within the last 2 months alone, you added like 50% of the growth that we've had.
It's crazy. Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Because before we were kind of just like looking to max out my content. We're looking to make the videos the best they could possibly be. Exactly. And now that we got the videos looking good, now we have a camera on. So yeah, now it's compounding super hard. And I remember like in literally like the month, it was a singular month, I gained 100K followers. In a singular month, I had a video on TikTok that had like 30 million views. And just from that one video, I had like 100K followers, which was like retarded. Like, you know, it's crazy. Like, wow.
Like that, like imagine what that could do to a person's life, 100K followers.
Exactly. And you know what I also realized? All it takes is one video, which is why I'm like consistency so big, because you don't know when you're going to hit. But when that one video does hit, your life will change forever. That's literally, your life will completely change. Yeah.
Facts. You gave us a lot of gems today.
But, you know, I'm a big talker, you know, so.
What's next for Kush Cuts?
What's next? Honestly, okay, that's a good question, to be honest.
Because I know you have a lot in store. You've grown your following. Like I know a lot of people. I had a barber actually asked me this today.
Yeah.
Who was interested in working with us? He's like, "What would the followers do for me?" Or like, what's the purpose of being a freedom barber?
So what's the purpose of like getting this fame and like doing all this?
Like even just besides that, what's in store for you next? What do you have?
Okay. So, well, like I said,
Yeah.
we just finished working on like my personal brand, and I think
Okay.
we got to like a good point, to the point where I feel confident to branch out into like
Okay.
a different path. So I'm opening up a hair brand, like I said, like, and it's called Wave.
Wave.
And me and my best friend that we've been working together on my personal brand for so long. So now we finally decided to take more action and, open this up. I always get questions too, like, what products do you use, like this and that, like how do you style your hair? So I'm like, you know what, this is inevitable.
Yeah.
I have to do this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, right now I'm looking to start the brand.